From Pee-wee to pro, the momentum to keep athletes safe from head injuries continues to build. And the reason why is crystal clear. According to the American Association of Neurological Surgeons, the leading cause of death from sports-related injuries is traumatic brain injury. Concussion concerns have brought a new focus to helmets. New companies have formed with the goal of developing better head protection. Entrepreneurs teaming up with scientists to come up with advanced technology. And one of those companies is right here in our area. Joining me is Glenn Tilley, the executive chairman and CEO of Defend Your Head. Glenn played football for Princeton, was voted All-Ivy. We got to point that out. His Chester Springs company has developed a protected helmet cover called ProTech. Thanks for being with us, Glenn.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so we've got it right here. So explain exactly how it works, what the protective cover is.
Well, first, our mission is to make the game safer.
Sure.
And everybody related to our company, ironically, is from the Philly area. We've all come together. We've all played the game in some form, high school, college, the pros. And it's made a difference in our life. We appreciate the game. We value what it does. We know that it's under scrutiny. But we want to do everything we can to make that as safe as possible for our kids growing up. So thus, we've come up with a technology called ProTech. And it's a complementary outer-based cover that complements all existing helmet technologies. So, and what it is comprised of is a chemical formulation that is unique in the sense that it maximizes absorption and dissipation from force from these impact collisions. So if we can reduce and mitigate the force before it ever reaches the hard shell of a helmet, there's less force reaching the player, thus less force impacting the brain. If we can do that, we're creating a safer playing environment for the players.
And we've got them right here in studio. So this is the shell. This is the protective cover that should go on top of the helmet.
Absolutely. And we've made this as unique as possible. We try to make it as cool as possible. We can customize in colors. It slides right over the existing helmet, so the player gets to use the helmet that he might already like, right? And this will enhance the overall safety attributes of the system. We call this the force management system. In addition to the dissipation, absorption nature of the ProTech, we also have an attachment feature in there that allows the product to actually move on impact. When that moves, this allows the collision to actually redirect from the helmet. And when we do that, that again redirects impact. We're lessening the force that reaches the hard shell of the helmet.
And athletes are already using this. Tell us who's using your product.
Well, this year we're excited since we're the Philadelphia area. Temple, University of Pennsylvania will be using this. Penn State has been utilizing our technology. This will be their third full season. We work with them closely. We'll be with upwards of 35 Division I programs around the country, including Arkansas, North Carolina State, Houston. So we're very excited about that. We'll probably be with at least 250 teams around the country in the Philadelphia area, in addition to Temple and Penn State and Penn. We'll be with at least 10 to 12 local high schools, Imhotep, Archbishop Wood, Roman Catholic, Haverford School, as well as at least 60 youth teams and organizations, which is really where we're reaching out to the young kids to do everything we can to make that playing experience as safe as possible for those young kids and to give parents a little peace of mind.
Sure. You bring up Penn State. Obviously, some research out of Penn State related to your product. The studies haven't been published yet, but they have put out some of the findings.
Well, it's an independent research initiative spearheaded by the medical research team at Penn State. They asked us 2 years ago if we would like to participate in this initiative, and we said, of course, we would like to. We want to know everything good, and if there's something not so good, we want to know that as well. So
if there's something you need to correct.
Absolutely. So they basically said, we're going to buy your product and then go away for 2 years and we'll let you know how it performs.
Sure.
So this year we're just starting to hear some of the findings, and the findings are significant. We're very excited about that. And they've seen over a 2-year period that they've measured that we've reduced force impacts from 25 to 80 Gs, which we would call subconcussive hits that a player receives, by over 50%.
Wow.
And for 80 Gs and above, which we could consider as concussive hits, very severe hits and trauma to the head, we reduced those impacts by 72%. So what we've done is we've spent a lot of time over the past years researching, vetting ourselves in independent research initiatives, and now we're doing this on the field of play. So we can actually marry results from on the field of play with all the independent research we've done in the past. So it's very exciting.
You bring up vetting, and do due diligence. We did a little bit of due diligence on our part. We did reach out to a concussion expert at Moss Rehab, Dr. Max Schmidheiser, who's a neuropsychologist at the hospital looking at the Penn State research. He tells us that it remains to be seen by peer-reviewed studies if the claims that the helmet reduces the risk of brain injury are true and accurate. Only replicated research can show that. The doctor also stressed that most available helmets will already protect against the risk of brain injury, like a skull fracture. Concussions are different, of course, because they are the result of the force of impact.
It's well said. Research needs to continue. We're not going to stop here. We embrace that. We want to get better. That there's nothing to hide from. We are making a difference. So I think that's very important. Helmets were designed originally, and they still today, to reduce the risk of skull fracture and maybe severe injury to the brain, such as bleeding.
Sure.
That's what they've been designed to do. They were never designed to reduce force from impacting the brain. Force that impacts the brain from a hit shakes the head, shakes the brain. That's what is creating these concussive injuries or concussive injuries. That's the issue. The helmets were never designed for that. Our technology, when you add it to the helmet technology, maximizes the safety attributes, and we have found through years of research that we were reducing force from those impacts. We've done it in the laboratory, and we're now doing it on the field. What we've also found that, which is very important, is Penn State also has correlated with the reduction of force impacts. They've seen a drop of injuries related to head trauma. We've also seen from players throughout the college level and high school, after 2 or 3 years of use, they will come in and volunteer the fact that they have less headaches. Football players by nature always have headaches. It's not a good thing.
I come from a football family. I know it.
It's not a good thing, and they feel better. And then when they study at night, they're focused. They don't have the severe headaches. They can focus. They're actually focusing better on the field, and that's when they embrace the technology. So what we're seeing, and also we've worked with Holy Cross. This will be their 4th year working with us, and we've got incredible feedback and research from them, and they've seen a significant reduction in head injury once the use of ProTech. So we're getting terrific feedback. Now, over the long term, right, zero impacts is really what we want, right? And we're not there yet. And I don't know if you can get there. When a child or boy or girl is out playing and they're playing any sport, there's a risk of hitting their head. We have to accept that. So, but if we can reduce that, and reducing that by 50 to 70%, that's significant progress, and we're making the player safer.
And we look forward to more research and more information as you continue to develop this product and put it out there. Glenn Tilley, the CEO and chairman of Defend Your Head, thank you for being with us. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.